Yeah, go ahead.
Where they intersect?
That's right. And does it go around one or both?
It goes around both.
It goes around both, that's right. So the timber hitch is a knot where it works really, really well for pulling together two things. Because the way it works is the more you pull on it, the tighter and tighter it gets. It pulls closer and closer. It closes up more and more and more. But after you're done, you know, pulling it tight and you're ready to untie it, it still comes apart really easy. They used to use it back in the day for dragging big logs out of the woods behind like horses and stuff, and that's where the name comes from. You know, it's for dragging timber. So to tie the timber hitch, you take one end of your rope, you put it down underneath the two spars, and you come back up to the top here. You take your working end that you're gonna tie the knot with, and you take it, you wrap it around your standing end here, the end that's just going off, doing nothing, so that you have a little loop that the standing end can move back and forth through. Then we have to close up this loop. We do that, we just take it, we twist around 3 or 4 times, like this. And now when we pull this down tight against the spars, the friction of those twists are gonna hold it together. But as soon as I let tension off, you know, that still comes apart real easy because it's just twisted up. So when I pull this timber hitch tight, it's already gonna pull my gap closed a bit. Now I have to do my wrapping turns. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna wrap around at a right angle to where my timber hitch was. One time. Just like in a big circle here almost, around both spars. 2 times. And 3 times. All right, so I did 3 wrappings there. Now I'm gonna do 3 more wrappings. I'm gonna wrap around back parallel with the knot I made at the beginning. 1 time, 2 times, and a 3rd time. And this is where the name of the lashing comes from, the diagonal lashing, it's because after you've done those wrapping turns, they cross each other diagonally in the middle of the lashing. So I did my timber hitch around both spars. I did my 3 wrappings perpendicular to the timber hitch at 90 degrees to it. I did 3 more wrappings parallel to the timber hitch. Now I have to do the frappings. How many frappings do you think I do? Yes, sir.
I think you do 3.
Okay, anyone else? Yes, miss.
2.
I like to do 2. You know, it's the same thing like with the square lashing this morning. If you do 3, it probably won't be any weaker, but it also won't be any stronger. You know, it's just extra work that we don't need to do. And that's gonna be just like the square lashing now, you know, so let me do that. 1 frap. All right, so that's my 2 fraps. What do I do now, do you think? Yes, miss.
Clove hitch?
That's right, I tie a clove hitch off to end it, and how do you think I tie that? Anyone? Anyone? You're getting all of them today.
The funky 2 half hitch thing.
Yeah, the way I like to do it with the half hitches. So just like before, I make a half hitch around the spar. I cinch it up. There we go. Now I make another half hitch around the spar. I cinch it up. And all I have left to do is tie up the extra. So we only have a little bit of work left to do before we're going to be ready to break for lunch. And that is, to the extent we have work left to do over here on getting those last couple lashings in, I want to get those in. To the extent that Ryan needs any help doing any final adjustments on these trestles, we need to get those done. And we need to get the diagonal lashings tied in the middle of the X on each one of these trestles. Does anybody have any questions for me about the diagonal lashing? All right. Well, so we're pretty close to being done with all the sub-assemblies for the bridge. After we come back from lunch, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hand out the drawings that I made for how the bridge is gonna go together. We'll look those over a little bit, and then we're gonna start assembling it. Yes, miss?
I think we're still missing.
No, we only need to make 2 of these smaller ones. And then we have 2 of the big ones here and 2 of the big ones down there. Yeah, we don't need to make 4 of these. You know, these ones don't get as much load on them, so we don't need as many. Yeah, any more questions? All right, so let's get those, let's get that stuff done. And then senior patrol leader over here, you know, he'll tell you when it's time for lunch. But he won't tell you that until all the work is done.
Yeah.
Looks like it's time to work.
Working time.